Vox Humana. There's something special about a human voice that includes real people voices and not just YouTube or professional media voices. It's a human touch that technology still can't quite replicate. We all respond to the human voice one way or another, but we all learn from voices differently. Language touches our hearts and our lives and our brains in individual ways. Some, like me, are bookworms. I love to read, I learn from books easily, and I write very well. It's my thing. Other people are audiophiles. I have family members who learn and engage with ideas magnitudes better when it comes to them through the spoken word. Audiobooks and podcasts are invaluable to them. Still others need an immersive experience that uses both seeing and hearing along with hands-on interaction. That's why I'm introducing a unique kind of distance tarot reading that combines audio, video, and text to provide a unique, enriched tarot experience at a distance that works for all kinds of people. With the new Thalcraft Tarot distance readings, you get no appointment needed convenience that goes with email readings, but also a taste of the immersive in-person experience. To kick off the new format, let's start with the big explainer. This video contains a lot of the same behind-the-scenes information that's in my ebook, Thalcraft Portfolio. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you listen to me drone on and on and on about how to find an ethical psychic, predicting the future, or special considerations in a relationship reading. But just like our usual You Choose and Today's Tarot videos, I'll send you over to the print side for the extra details. A link, as always, is in the description below. And, as always, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it too. This video will have all the main parts about my readings that's contained in the ebook. It'll give you an idea of the structure of the readings and what to expect from a session together, whether we work in person, by phone, or by email. However we work together, whatever media we use, the information you get is all identically the same. Whether I use my voice, my computer, or this YouTube channel to communicate the information to you, it still comes from the same intuitive source. So whether you hear the words, see the words, all the same. Before we start any session together, I start the same way, and all the sessions have the same basic structural underpinning. It's like the skeleton that we all have, but we each have an individual appearance on the outside. Or the structure, the armature in a sculpture that the artist uses to build the clay on. There's a structure and an armature to the readings. But over and above that, each person gets individual attention, individual card interpretations. Everything is that utterly customized. So the first step in any reading is to collect your information, just basic contact information, even if we've worked together before. That serves two purposes. First, it's accuracy. There's no chance of the reading going to an old email or something and violating your privacy. Second of all, that's the method where I can contact the intuition for you. It makes the connection to the energy field and your particular energy message. No matter where you are, whether you're across the table, across a phone line, or halfway across the world. Also, when I get your contact information, I'll always, for each individual reading, ask whether you have a specific topic or question for that reading, or if you would prefer to leave it open. That too helps the general connection process. After that, we get to the cards themselves. Usually we'll shuffle. If we're working together, you'll have a part in that. You'll pick which part of the deck we're working with. Today, I'm just going to look at the layouts and the mechanics of this, so we won't worry about specific card meanings or card interpretations. We'll leave that to your unique, customized session. But in any case, we gather information, shuffle the cards, and then I have quite a few layouts for you to choose from. You can pick the layout based on two things. Price. There's a wide range of prices. I generally base them on $5 per card. Or you can pick your layout based on the kind of question or concern that you have. The most basic is the one card daily meditation reading. It looks just like that. The one card readings are good for either end of the focus spectrum. They can either be very general, very vague readings, like we do for the largest possible audience on our Today's Tarot videos here, or if you've read with me before and you've done a large reading before, this could give you a very focused, narrow update on a previous question. However you choose to use it is entirely up to you. And when we do reading together, these also tend to be very brief, paragraph or two, focused, short. And there's not much you can say about that, but the one card reading is the basis upon which all the other layouts I provide is built. If you want to learn to read tarot, this is the best reading to start to do for yourself. Draw a card a day. Get familiar with the cards, get familiar with your intuition. Great place to start. The next layout I have, I call the 3-card pathway. In this reading, you have 3 cards. Each position has a significance over and above the significance of the card within it. You have lessons from the past, ideas that you might already know that you can bring forward to help you now. Current energies, the things that may have brought you to want a reading, or something around you right now that maybe has missed your attention, that is trying to get your attention through the reading. This card is moving forward. It's basically ideas, suggestions, advice to help you put your best foot forward and move you along the path where you want to go. Taken all together, I call this the pathway reading because it basically reflects the path that you're on now. You can, even though it's not predictive, think of it in terms of the old-fashioned past, present, future reading. Now, why do we read it from this side to that side instead of the other way around like we read a book? There's no reason for it whatsoever. When I was first learning to read cards a long time ago, in what seems like a galaxy far, far away, that was one of the first layouts I was taught. And when I learned to read cards, and when I learned in a class to read auras, that's how the information was presented. And in my experience over the past 25 plus years, it has proven to be very true. When you're looking at an aura or looking at the cards, the intuitive information seems to come through in this physical orientation with past to my right, future to my left, and again, not predictive, just kind of tells the way things are going. So this is the 3-card pathway reading. Zombie cat readings are also 3 cards. Zombie cat is one of my pet projects. It was inspired by a podcast that I did with David Deere and Kate from Daily Tarot Girl. Menage a Tarot is still available on iTunes if you're interested, and Zombie Cat was inspired by the Test Tubes and Tarot Decks episode. Basically, it's a look at the combination of science, intuition with a little Schrodinger's cat sprinkled in. Again, I'll send you to the print side for that. Link will be in the description below. But a zombie cat reading is a little more fun and a little more complicated to do. We start off with 3 piles of cards, and it only works with yes/no readings, and you turn over cards until you either get an ace, as we did here, or you get a stack of 13 cards and you stop at the 13th card. And so on and so forth. I won't bore you with the details. But for example, if you had a yes or no question, we turned over the cards for a zombie cat yes or no reading. We get 1 ace, 2 non-aces. That would be maybe leaning no. 3 aces would be an absolute yes. No aces would be an absolute no. 2 aces, 1 non-ace, maybe leaning yes. So you get the whole gambit. It's not quite Magic 8 Ball, but close. In your individual reading, we would go on to look at the card interpretations for each individual card and give any implications and alternatives that go along with that particular combination of cards. It's a lot of fun. The Zombie Cat cards are written with a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor. Very light, very entertaining, a little bit of fun. I recommend them. But in any case, building on the 3 cards of lessons from the past, current energies, and moving forward, when I first started doing tarot cards, and this came around about, this particular layout I wrote around 2003. It takes the classic pathway reading and adds 2 more cards. So we have lessons from the past, current energies, moving forward. Then it adds this card, which is advice and choices. This layout position is designed to give the greatest respect to your power over your situation, cause and effect how your choices lead you in the way you want to go. So this card specifically gives advice about steering your life path, not predicting it. If these 3 top cards are the way you're going now, this card is advice how to keep things going in that direction if you like the path you're on, or it's ideas to steer things in a different direction if you choose to make a change. And this is the change that's most open and available to you. I call this card position the alternate path. Again, it's not predictive, it's not a warning. It's just ideas of the energy flows that are most available to you if you decide you want to make a change. This is what I call the 5-card Modern Oracle layout, based on the name of my previous website. It's the most all-purpose layout that I have available. This is the one I would recommend if you've never had a tarot reading before. Or if you're not sure which reading layout to get, like I said, this is excellent, all-purpose, very, very helpful. When I'm doing phone readings and individual in-person sessions, I also offer the 7-card reading, which takes the 5-card Modern Oracle and adds 2 more. So we still have lessons past, current energies, moving forward, advice, alternate path. These are energies that are helpful, helping energies. And these are, you could look at it as a caution. It's potential challenges. It's not, again, going to predict anything that's going to happen, but it's a heads up for potential snags and how to deal with them. Within any of these layouts, each individual card not only has its own given set of meanings that are sometimes traditional to the particular deck, sometimes traditional to tarot in general, and sometimes it's just a purely intuitive message. So in addition to the layout position meanings and the card meanings, any given card in any given position can give one of several flavors of message. It might be a validation, to give you a pat on the back about something that you're doing well and should continue. It might be a thank you for something you've already done well. It might be advice, something you might want to think about doing, or it can be a caution, something you might want to think about avoiding. And those are the most standard, common layouts that I offer. I've also written some special occasion layouts. This is a favorite at New Year's, sometimes birthdays, anniversaries, that sort of thing. I call it the year ahead or seasons of the year. I'm still trying to come up with a good name for this one. So if you have any brilliant ideas, please, you're welcome to put them in the comments below. But in any case, there's 4 seasons to a year. As we know, today is the spring equinox, so the spring season starts today. So if we did this if we did this reading today, we would start with the spring season. This would be a card to guide you over the next 3 months, give you a flavor of what would be your best courses of action, your best energies during the spring season. And then each of these cards would represent a season yet to come. So spring, summer, fall, and winter, which takes the reading through a course of an upcoming year. Again, each of these are just a theme for the season, ideas for the season. It is not in any way predictive. The final card, I call the year card. And no, it's not a finger. I'm not sure what that's supposed to represent, but it's the Ace of Wands. It could be anything. We're not getting caught up in the individual cards. It doesn't matter. We're just talking about the layouts today. But in any case, the final card is an overarching theme for the whole year. And then finally, I have what I call the time flow layout. And I tend to lay them in this orientation, just to distinguish between this and the seasons of the year. But this is to help organize. It's about time flow, yes, but again, it is not predictive. It talks about let it rest, let it go, cue it up, let it flow. These are things that you may have been spending too much time and energy on. It's not something that should be purged entirely, not something that you should release or let go of entirely, but something that could use a little rest. This is something, if you're getting your life organized, this is something to put on the back burner for a little while. The one right below it, however, that's where you go all Marie Kondo on it. This is the one where you get rid of the stuff that no longer serves you, clean out the closets. This is the thing to let go. This is the thing in your life to kick to the curb, if you're wondering, or if you're so inclined. When we're getting organized and managing our time, it's, one thing at a time in the right order. Classic psychology suggests that people who are feeling overwhelmed, or one cause of perceived stress, is an inability to triage or an inability to prioritize. If everything has the same amount of importance, then that puts undue pressure on. If you're able to do first things first, then that alleviates a lot of stress. This card is something that's not as important right now. It doesn't need to be totally backburnered. It doesn't mean to be totally let go. But its time might be coming soon. Timing, as they say, is everything. So this is something to prepare. It's a preparation card. Cue this up, get it ready. Its time will come, but it's not time to, for lack of a better term, pull the trigger yet. So get this ready to go, so you can hit the start switch when the time comes. It's also a bit of advice to wait and watch for that proper timing. This is the one to get after. This is the thing in your life whose time has come. If it's been on the back burner, pull it forward. This is a hint at the most productive place to put your attention. So there you have my plethora of layouts to choose from. You can choose from a 1 card, for meditation or focus, 3 cards for a general pathway reading, or stacks of 3 cards for a zombie cat yes-no reading, 4 cards for seasons of the year, plus the extra bonus 5th card that gives you your theme of the year. Change that, and you have a 5-card modern oracle reading, lessons from the past, current energies moving forward, advice and alternate path, or you can extend that to include helpful energies and potential challenges. I think that's all we need to cover for now. You know the structure, you know how it works. We're going to start with the introduction. Whenever I start within an individual reading, no matter which layout we use, and this applies to all the layouts, we'll turn over the cards. Let's use a 5-card for example. It'll frame up a little easier for you. When we start a reading, after we've done our introductions, after we've gathered our current and correct contact information, after we've decided whether we're going to focus on a particular topic or do an open reading, then we'll shuffle the cards, lay them out into the pattern that you've chosen, and then we look at the cards in total. This is the part that I plan to make part of the recording portion of the new layout structure. I mean, not layout structure, but the new format for email readings. We'll look at the cards together as one piece. We'll look at the proportion of major arcana to minor arcana cards, see what minor arcana suits are represented, see if there's any particular intuitive messages that come through right at the start. So the first piece, after choosing a layout, is looking at the cards as a whole. I call this the general pattern section. After that, we'll go through card by card. We'll look at the individual cards, the number, the suit, the traditional card meaning, contemporary card meanings, any intuitive messages that come through for that particular card and position together. We'll also look at whether it's a validation, acknowledgement, advice or caution sort of message. And then we'll layer all those different things together, card by card by card, throughout the chosen layout. At the end, we do what I call a psychic summary, a cold reading, intuitive summary, whatever name you want to choose for it. At that point in time, I just open up to pure intuition. The information that comes through at that point may be related to your specific cards and your specific question, or it may not. For whatever reason, and this is a process, I just let it be what it is. For whatever reason, this part begins with colors, crystals, and aromatherapy scents. So I'll give those as they come through. Usually the intuitive recommendations for crystals in particular, and aromatherapy less often. It recommends energies. The crystals or aromatherapy energies that can help support what the tarot reading recommends, or help support what you've chosen as your topic or question. As the summary part goes along, sometimes it'll circle back to the cards, sometimes it won't. Sometimes it gives purely random intuitive information. So we'll summarize with that, and your reading is done. So there's the big explainer. First, how it works. We gather your information, lay out the cards, talk about them. The new format is that the first part, the card review and the general pattern opening, will be in video. The remainder of the reading will be in text. along with the summary, and of course, with every distance reading, there's a free included follow-up email. If you have any questions or anything that needs clarified, you're certainly welcome, beyond welcome to do that. So we've shown our layouts, what each position means, and the structure of a reading as a whole. Like I said, there's tons of other information that I have for you from my many years of doing this. Some of it is included here. Some of it is, of course, on the print side in the ebook. And I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching this long explainer. And I hope you enjoy the new combined video and text format that's currently available on the website. Happy spring equinox! Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the print side. Bye-bye.